Hi, my name is Stacy Kenny, and today I wanted to share with you 5 green habits that you and your family can get into. Just a few tips to go green and live a healthier lifestyle. First and foremost, I want you to know that you can really make this something fun with your family. And the kids today, if you haven't noticed, this is what they're learning. My children come home and are telling me, "Oh, Mommy, you need to turn the water off. We need to save the planet." It's just really, really interesting to see what's going on and how we've evolved out there. So my first tip today is to turn the electricity off. That's a simple one. We've heard that our entire life, if anything, just for the savings factor and what your utility bill could cost. But that's a huge thing. You think about unplugging your cell phone, turning your computer off, unplugging the outlets, just being aware. If you walk out of a room, turn the light off. I'm constantly flipping lights off, and I'm teaching my children to do the same thing, and we just have fun with it. The second tip is to take a military shower. And what do I mean by that? Be quick. The average American spends about 15 to 20 minutes in the shower. So if you can just cut that down, 10 minutes, that's like a 30% reduction in water usage. It's huge. And for some of you out there, maybe you don't need a shower every day. Think about it. We're so lucky to live where we live and to have clean water. But if you're just going into the office, or sometimes if you work from home and if you're not very active and smelly, then maybe you don't need a shower every day. I work at home, and I can tell you right now, I don't unless I need to. And my daughter is with me at home, so I don't give her a shower or a bath every day because that would be wasting water. Okay, we're clean, don't worry, but it just makes sense. So the third thing that you can do is to reduce your meat consumption. There's an enormous amount of resources to raise livestock. Okay, and it said that 80% of greenhouse gas emissions come from that, of the waste from the animals. So we really need to work on that. And it's not about being a vegetarian or saying don't eat meat. Just try to reduce it. If you could take, one meal a week or 2 meals of meat out of the picture, that'd be like a 10% reduction. And that would really help to save on those greenhouse emissions. So, just try to be aware and conscious and see if you can make those little changes. And then the fourth thing is to do a double take, or I call it whatever, with your clothes. Some people I know, they wash their clothes after one time. This goes back to the fact you wore it, you went somewhere, you weren't sweaty, you weren't filthy, it's not dirty. Wear it another time or two. You don't need to be using all of this water. And so that's just another thought that can really help save, on the water consumption and so forth. Now, the fifth and final tip that I have for you today is to go to the library. If you want to read a good book, maybe even some CDs or movies and things of that nature, you can cut down not only in your expenses, the clutter in your house and what have you, but usually you don't read books, over and over again. The only books that I like to keep around the house are those like Think and Grow Rich, or those motivational things that I do want to read from time to time, something that's going to help me grow personally and professionally. So it's about making those small changes. Going green, it's not about saying, "Oh, I'm going to go out and have a compost and be this tree hugger," or whatever. If you want to be that person, that's fine. But when you're just making that transition, it's about being aware and making those small steps to become greener and living a healthier lifestyle. Once you get some of these things down pat, then you want to start looking at possible, carpooling. I know I do carpooling with my next door neighbor. We switch off every week with our children. My goodness, we live right next door to each other and they go to the same school. It only makes sense, and oh my gosh, it's a luxury for me. But maybe you have a coworker that lives close by. Start carpooling. You're going to save gas too. It's a win-win situation. There's a lot of things that you can do to start learning and maybe going organic and so forth. So just tons of information. I'll have more articles in the future as well. I hope that you found these tips to be helpful. Thanks.